Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hey everybody, hello. Welcome to today's Saturday with Stacey YouTube class number 612. Hey everybody, I've got fun in store for you. Now, yesterday, it was 4th of July, so I'm hoping you all had a very safe and happy 4th of July. Maybe you spent it with family and friends, maybe you went to a fireworks show, maybe you went to a drone show, maybe you just barbecued at home, or maybe you said, nobody bother me, I'm going to my craft room, and you spent the entire day playing. Now that sounds like a great 4th of July to me. I don't know what we've done yet. I'm filming this on Thursday, so I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but that doesn't sound so bad to me. Now today I have a super fun class for you. I have a manufacturer that we haven't had here in quite some time. I've brought them back and I'm mixing them with some Sizzix product and some Stacey Park Sizzix product. And we're gonna start at the very beginning and work our way all the way through. So if you are crafting on a budget, this is a great class for you. If you have never crafted before, or you're just getting into it and you're just starting, this is a great class for you. If you like things that are a little bit out of the norm, or you like shortcuts, this is gonna be a great class for you. We always start at the beginning super easy and we walk ourselves all the way through to the end where it's like, okay, she keeps adding a little bit more to each time she does this. And that way we start simple and everybody feels super accomplished and like a rock star, like I can do that. And at the end you're like, oh, I wanna get to that place. Well, this is a great place for you then, because that's what these classes are. They're meant to teach and inspire and give you the confidence to say, yes, you can. Now, I've got Winner Chicken Dinner to talk about. Every YouTube, we give away a gift card, 2 gift cards to 2 lucky winners, and they're $100 is what they are averaging. So $100 for each Winner Chicken Dinner. You can't go wrong with that. And how do you become a Winner Chicken Dinner? You hit the like button. You gotta hit the like button. And then below, there's a place to leave a comment. Now, if you're watching this during the premiere of our Saturday with Stacey classes, that's at 8 a.m. sunny California time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, or 4 p.m. in the United Kingdom. We have a live chat going on as well. Live chat comments don't count. You have to leave a comment in the comment section below after you like the video. And you're like, Stacey, why do I have to like the video? Well, the more likes we get, the more money we give away in a gift card. Makes sense, right? That's a good reason to like the video. So last week, these 2 lovely ladies liked the video, left a comment, and the comment can be anything, as long as it's polite, as long as it's kind, as long as it's something that you would walk up to. Well, no, I don't want to say that, because I would say something you would say to somebody in person, but you never know these days. So if it would bring somebody joy, then you can post it, and it can be about the class, it can be about your fur babies, it can be about your family, it can be about your job, it can be that you made something pretty today. It can be as simple as, hey girl, hey. That's it. And it will be counted as an opportunity to be a Winner Chicken Dinner and possibly receive a $100 gift card. Now, if we can ever get up to 1,250 likes, we'll move to $125 in a gift card. Haven't gotten there yet, but you know, a girl's got to have a goal, and I have hope. So hope springs eternal in Stacey. It really does. So these 2 lucky winners have received a $100 gift card. It's already in your online account. Have fun shopping. Our first winner is Mary. Oh, there's a lot of Marys going, yes, yes. Mary Alsup. Hello, Mary Alsup, is that you? Congratulations. You're a Winner Chicken Dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and you have $100 in your online account right now to spend any way you want. Now, you could take all day. That could be your day. taking all day, adding things to your cart, taking things out of your cart, adding things to, contemplating, talking with friends. But Mary Allsup, congratulations. You are our first winner chicken dinner. Our second winner is Diane. So now all the Marys are like, aw, but now all the Dianes are going, yes. Diane Tone. Hello, Diane Tone. I love you. I can say your name without even thinking about it. Wahoo Kachoo for you and for me. Diane, you are a winner chicken dinner. Congratulations. You also have $100 to spend any way that makes your heart happy. What have you been wanting? Oh, maybe you want some of what I've got today, because I'm using the Stacey Park Diffuser from Sizzix, but I've got a shortcut for you. And we've got a bundle that's at a smoking hot price. Oh, or maybe you're going to take a look at the warehouse sale one last time before it's all over with on Monday. I don't know. You got $100, girl. Go have fun. So Mary and Diane, congratulations. You probably never thought I was ever going to call your name. But if you don't play the game, you'll never win. So these two lovely ladies liked the video and posted a comment below. And lo and behold, it was their turn this week. I'm so happy for both of you. Now, Mary and Diane, we got to do the winner chicken dinner dance super fast. Then I can start today's class. So the winner chicken dinner dance is something that we do. It is what it is. Are you ready? Sit up straight, because then we got to kind of get into the beat of it. You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, kachoo for you. Congratulations to the both of you. Psh, psh, psh. Those are fireworks. Psh. Psh. Those are the fireworks going off for being a winner chicken dinner over the 4th of July. Congratulations. You don't have to do anything to claim your prize. It's already in your online account. So I've talked about how to be a winner. I want to get into today's class. I did bring back a manufacturer we haven't had here in quite a while. It is an international manufacturer. Quite a bit of the items that we carry, I import directly from international companies. I don't know why I do that. There's a lot of really wonderful US companies here, but I like the different. I like things that are unusual. I like things that are a little harder to get or you haven't seen before or not readily available. And so I'm always looking for that needle in the haystack or that little nugget of gold. I've got some stuff landing in from Belgium next week. I bought it on spec. I have no idea what it's like. I bought it hoping, I didn't buy a lot. I bought enough for me to play with and say, okay, yes or no. But I'm hoping that it's as good as I think it is. But today I have Hardy Crafts for you. And we haven't had them for a really long time. And there's no I Want It All bundle for you. No, not on the Hardy Crafts, because I brought in 10 different styles and they all are so different from each other. I didn't want to assume you would want all 10. You might want 3 of this and 1 of that, or you might not want any of them at all, or maybe you just like the flowers, or maybe you're looking at the guy stuff. So no, I Want It All on the Hardy Crafts, but they were so happy. I sent them an email and I said, hey, it's me, Stacey. Do you remember me? And I got an email back, hey, Stacey, we're excited to hear from you. And I said, I think I want to feature some of your product. And I could almost read in the email I got back like, oh, wahoo, kachoo. So I ordered in some samples because I always order in samples. And then I played with them and made sure I still loved them as much as I did, and I do. And then I thought, what could I pair this with? Oh, my Sizzix diffuser. Yes, in my embossing folders. So I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. I'm going to show you a few samples. Now, we must have 40 samples over here because the SMS, honorary SMS girls and the SMS girls, well, I said go crazy and they did. So I'm going to show you a few samples early. I'm going to show them when I tilt on down. And I think I have one from each of the either SMS girls or honorary SMS girls. And then at the end, I'll show you everything else. And wait till you see the layout honorary SMS girl Gail did. Oh, and I didn't even have to ask her for it. She's she was here for a couple hours making cards, and then I looked over and I said, "Hey, are you doing a layout?" And she said, "Yes, I thought I would start on it before you asked me for it." Am I that predictable? All right, I'm gonna tilt down. We're gonna get started for today. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend, and it's so good to see you. Down we go, everybody. All right, so let me zoom on in. For those of you who don't know, we are a small independent retailer here in Canyon Country, California. We have a brick and mortar store. We have an online store, and I'm my own camera person. I'm my own a lot of things. We're not high tech, but we get the job done. We work harder. All right, look at how pretty is this. Isn't that beautiful? So you've got an embossing folder, you've got a diffuser, and you've got Hardy Crafts. And this is Katie. This is honorary SMS girl, Katie. And then here, look at this. So again, a Stacey Park Sizzix embossing folder, Hardy Crafts, in some Dutch Doobie Doo or Pronte stickers. Isn't that pretty? And this is honorary SMS girl Catherine, and I just love the colors, and I love how she used my embossing folder. So nice. And then we have honorary SMS girl Patty, who went crazy for the kitty cats because they look just like her Cheeto. She has a kitty cat called Cheeto. So I think all the samples Patty did are with the kitty cats. But again, my embossing folder and some sentiments. These are fun, they're easy, and they are affordable. Here we have honorary SMS girl Mary. Oh, Mary, look at how beautiful is that, right? Stunning. And last but no, I have two more. Gail. Did I do one from Gail already? I don't think I have. No, I haven't. So honorary SMS girl Gail. Oh, I was talking about her layout. That's at the end. Look at how pretty. They're glittered, they're decoupage. You've got the sentiments that she's used from either Dutch Doobie Doo or Pronte. So lovely. And then the last one is going to be Claire, SMS girl Claire. So again, one of my embossing folders, and then from Hardy Crafts. Now that's where we're gonna start, is with the Hardy Crafts. And let me tell you, I've got enough samples. I really have so many samples, it's crazy here. I was worried the girls wouldn't have enough, and I should never worry, ever. They just went to town, and I am so thankful that they did. All right, let's talk about Hardy Crafts. Hardy Crafts is a international company. They do what they call toppers, 3D toppers. And the first time I got these, I was like, oh, I don't know about these, because it's such a, it's this little bag. But then when I opened it and I took them out, first off, no cutting necessary. Second, each of the designs is in their own little bag. There's 3 pieces to every design. And they're each in their own little bag. Are they not gorgeous? Like stunning. I love them. So I have brought in the latest and greatest from Hardy Crafts. So while we're here, let's just pick one. That one's very pretty. So that one too. So I'm just gonna pick 2. And I'm gonna go through some of these and show them to you. And maybe pick one out of each. So this one is the blue violet flowers. Let's see, my next one, where am I gonna put these? My next one is classic gentleman. So guy stuff. We always need guy stuff. So let's go in and let's pick one. And it's the same thing. There's 10 different designs. Oh, I like that one. There's 10 different designs. Each of them are in their own bag and ready for you to put together. Now, before I get too far, I want to say that these retail generally for about $8.99. That's about right. We are going to include, because I used the GG foam tape last week and it was so yummy, and I'm going to be using it this week. So what we've done is we've put the bundles together. So not only do you get the 10 in the pack, you're also going to get the foam tape. Now we're giving you the foam tape for free, and we took 20% off, I believe, the Hardy Crafts. So you are saving an amazing amount, which means that if you've got $10, you've got 10 cards right here. You've got the foam tape ready to go. All you need is some cardstock, and I've got you covered on that too. But when we sell this, we're not selling them just by themselves. We're including the foam tape and then taking a really nice discount on them so that you can get them in your hands and feel super confident. Now, which one did I want to do? I liked the car. Where did I put it? Oh, right there. All right, so we'll see what that one looks like. And I'll put the car away, or I'll put these away. And then we'll pull out maybe a kitty cat. So this is what Cheeto looks like. And see, they're all in the cute little baskets. Aren't they darling? Let's just pull out one. Oh, that one's so cute. Oh, that one's so cute. And then our next. So our kitty cats. Then we have some lovely flowers with the butterflies, and I'm just gonna grab the one that's right on top. So 10 of them. And then we've got beach scenes, lighthouse, shells, message in a bottle. Again, I'm just going to take the one that's, oh, but I like the next one. I'm going to take the one the second down. And then we've got beautiful flowers, just flowers, no butterflies, and all sorts of colors. Oh, that one's beautiful. I think I'll go with that one. And then I've got gnomes. These are garden gnomes. Aren't they cute? Oh, I'll just take two. I don't know which one I like better. And then I've got flowers with some butterflies. And I've got kind of a with sympathy candles. So 10 different packs. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know if I can get the camera. That's beautiful. Okay, I pulled that one. That's the one we're going to use. And then our little flowers in our teapots. Oh, darling. So cute. All right, so how do you decide which one to do? I don't know. Decisions. All right, I'm gonna go with the one I have. So, 10 different sets of the Hardy Crafts. I couldn't decide which ones, and I didn't want to do an I want it all because maybe you don't like the gnomes, or maybe you want 2 sets of the beach and the lighthouse, or maybe you want 2 sets of the kitty cats. I don't know. So instead of doing an I want it all bundle, we did them open stock, and each one will come with a pack of GG foam tape. This is 2 mil foam tape, and I have to say, it's probably the best foam tape I've ever used. Truly. Love them. So now how do we put these together? Well, let's just put some of them together. And then we're gonna start playing with simple and then moving to more and more technique-y. Now these are great if you're doing a class or you're having friends over, because they're all self-contained. You just lay them all over and let everybody decide what they want. You start with your base, and see there's glitter on them. They're glittered too. You start with, and they're big. I didn't know what to expect the first time I ever brought them in. I thought they were gonna be these little tiny things. They're wonderful in size. You have 1, then you have 2, and then you have 3. So each layer you put on is a little bit less than the layer below it. And that gives you that 3-dimensional layer. Now, if you just lay them on top and tape them on top of each other, it's flat. It looks like a flat embellishment. But if you take the foam tape and you use the foam tape, I don't want to see that. Move it a little bit over. No, that's too far that way. A little bit that way. You use the foam tape, peel off the back, easy peasy peeling off the back. And you're going to line up the top. You're just going to lay this one right over the top of it, right where it lines up. And now you've started to make your layers. You're trying to do a little decoupage 3D item. And if you've been crafting for quite some time, you might remember Jolie's. Jolie's were 3D embellishments, and they were not inexpensive. They were like $4.99, $5.99 for a pack, and the pack got you, I think, 3 or 4 no, it didn't. It got you 1 main sticker and then a couple smaller ones. Well, we're gonna do it for a whole lot less money than that, and these are absolutely gorgeous. So I think they were $8.99, and then we took 20% off. So if that's, or maybe $8.50 and then 20% off, but let's think worst case scenario. $9 less, so less $1.80 would make it, what, $7.20, and you get the roll of foam for free. All right, one done. Let's make a few of these, and then we can decide what to do with them. This is beautiful. So I love the little candles with sympathy. Now this one has, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a little piece that has to pop out. So you just pop it out. No scissors required. So that might mean that this one also, nope, this one's gonna lay on top of it. Nope, great. So let's put a little bit of foam on the back. No scissors required for any of this. No wet glue, which makes it super handy for kids. Get the flowers. We'll probably have them back at Christmas time because they always do such beautiful ones for Christmas. I mean, really gorgeous. And if you need to make Christmas cards and you're either in a rush or it's your first time ever making Christmas cards and you want to look like an absolute rock star, these are going to let you do that. Can you believe that we're into July already? We have Christmas YouTubes already planned for this month. Because, well, crafters have to make it. We have to get it to you long in advance so you have time to make it so you can give it for Christmas. All right, and then let's do this one. And see how easy this foam tape cuts? And it doesn't smush down. Gigi is also an international company. And I'm going to layer this right over the top. And that just builds dimension, gives a 3D look to it. That is beautiful. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so the hardest part for me is figuring out where to open it. And 1, 2, 3. And let's put it down. I'll do maybe 1 or 2 more and then we can start. Now, I don't know, do I want to use this one for the top? Because this is a little butterfly, or do I want it so I could use it by itself on the card? Or do I go ahead and I do it? You don't have to layer them if you don't want to. You can keep them, at least the top and maybe the second one, separate to get more out of it. But they really do look phenomenal when you've layered them, and people really do stop and look at what you've made them and are just blown away. You don't have to tell them that they were already pre-die cut. No reason to give that information away. And this one's going to go right on there. And again, I'm just building dimension. Just building dimension. And let's do my gnome. Let's do a gnomie. And then the guy, we'll do a guy. And we'll do the boat. Oh, see, I want to do them all. I would do them all. I really would. We may end up doing all of them. We'll see. But if I put them together, then it's a little easier for me to decide what paper it is that I want to use with it. Look at the boat. See, you could use that all by itself. And you could use this one all by itself. And you could even use this one all by itself. And instead of having one embellishment, you have 3 embellishments. Hardy Crafts was a game changer. And then life kind of happened, you know, year 2020. Did I just put that? Well, I guess I'm going to pop that one on the, whatever I put it on, it's going to be popped. Yeah, life kind of happened and it was harder to bring things in internationally. And so I'm glad that when I sent my email, do you remember me? They said yes. I've never met them in person. I've never met a lot of the manufacturers in person. We've done Zooms with several of them, but a lot of it is just faith, trust, and pixie dust. They trust us and we trust them, and that makes magic happen. I mean, they're sending product all the way across the ocean to a company they may not know much about. But the international manufacturers are absolutely wonderful. They just are so kind and trusting, and I promise to always do right by them. That's what it was with the Belgium company. Wait, I hope my fingers are so crossed that we're gonna love it. Really, they are. Nope. Let's straighten it out. This boat is awesome. This boat is awesome. All right, 2 more and then I will stop making them for now. But I have to have some made so we can play. Little gnome is so cute. All right, so I've got the shoes and the leather jacket and the car. All right. We always need guy stuff. And when you need it and you don't have it is when you're like, if I only had. And this is a great way to have 10 different guy embellishments at the ready without breaking the bank. At the ready. Use them when you need them. You have the security of knowing that if you need them, you've got them. They don't take up, I mean, really, how much space does this take up? It's not even as big as my hand, and there's 10 embellishments in there. Got the old roadster going on. Okay, and last one, my gnome. My garden gnome. Now you may do better with the tape than I am. I'm just trying to get these down so that you can see them. But you can see how easy the foam tape is. Gigi is a company that is known for their vinyl stickers, their peel-offs, and their tape. It's amazing. They manufacture it for lots of other companies under other companies' names, I think. I know Remco uses Gigi for his dot and do's. The stickers that go with his dot and do's are from Gigi. All right, so I've made a few that we can play with. I've got a nice little selection here. And now we start. And I think I'm going to start maybe with the boat. Maybe the boat and the sympathy. So the paper I'm going to be using today, I'm going to stay with just 3 paper packs, and that's all I'm going to be using except for maybe some white or some black. I have paper in from Simple and Basic, and we have been loving their paper. So several of these were done as exclusives for us, Scrapbooking Made Simple, and I love the color. It is double-sided, it is white core, so it's white paper that is then printed on both sides with the color. This is the Petrels and Sands is what they've named it. This is by Lean. So Lean and Simple and Basic are owned by the same company. And these are baby moods. We've done baby moods before. And this is Christmas spirit, but the colors are so botanical that I thought they would go really well today. Now I'm gonna do the boat. I'm gonna open these up. And again, they have a matte surface. There's 32 sheets, 8 designs. So that's 4 of each. And they're double-sided. So you've got one color on one side and another color on the other. So light versus dark. Okay, so there's one. And let's see what we've got here. So this is for, they say it's Christmas spirit, but to me it was completely botanical. Doesn't that look botanical to you too? You're nodding yes, and I'm agreeing with you. And then baby moods, which to me weren't so much baby moods. They're just happy, bright colors. All right, so these are the 3, and this is the paper I'm going to be using today. We have it on sale, not as in I want it all. We let you choose what makes your heart happy. And I think I might start with oh, that's a good color. That looks good there. And then maybe I come over here. Because I think that's a good color. Oh, I do. I think that's a good color. All right, let's make this. So I'm not gonna do any die cutting. I'm not gonna do any embossing right now. I'm gonna assume you've never made a card before. And I'm gonna take this paper and I'm gonna cut it right in half. And that gives you an A6 card. Which is about the size, it's close to an A2 card, which is what we typically have in the US. This is very close to an A2. Now, let's cut this one in half. You may use a trimmer. I'm using scissors. My cuts are not exact, but they're my cuts, and I'm okay with that. See, I can tell this one's not straight, but that's okay. We'll just straighten it up in just a minute. So I think I'm gonna do this. So now I wanna make a mat, and the easiest way for me to do that, I want this kind of peachy orange sandy color to be a mat. So that I put it on there, and then the width here is actually going to be half of what I get. This width on the blue will be divided by 2. So when I finish it, it will have an equal amount of this on one side and the other. And all I do is turn it over and cut it off. And then when I put it together, I've got a mat ready to go. I didn't have to measure. I just went for it. Now I like that, but I think I need one more mat. Do I want it on brown? Do I want it on a different blue? That's kind of pretty too. So I'm going to do the same thing twice. So if you are new to all of this and you haven't gotten a trimmer yet, don't think you can't freehand. You're going to kill me, but I'm doing one more mat. So matting is the easiest way to add dimension and depth to a card. It's just using paper and cutting, whether you're cutting circles or squares or rectangles. It just adds a little something. I'm going to make that mat just a little bit bigger. Let's see how I like that. So I've got 4 mats going on, but I think I'm going to be okay with that. All right, let's put it all down together. So now I'm just going to grab some double-sided tape. Ooh. You're like, are you kidding me, Stacey? I am not. Ooh. Maybe I like the back side better. I think I like the back side better. Double-sided paper. Put some Stacey tape down and let's just make these happen. One. 2. Three, and then my boat. And my boat already has foam tape on the back of it. So now what do I want to do for my sentiments? I've got some of the Dutch Doobie Doo and the Pronti sentiments we've been using. Let's see what we've got here. How about be open to whatever comes next? The journey is the destination. So already die cut, great little stickers. Journey's the destination. Trim that out. And put it right there. Okay, that's good. And you've made a card. Or you've made an embellishment for your layout. You've made something for your mini album. You've made a page. You've made a little embellishment to put inside a picture frame. What do you want it to be? It can be anything. Be cute inside a little picture frame as a gift. Go to the dollar store, get some inexpensive frames. You could make 10 of these for about 20 bucks if you bought dollar frames and a pack of the, so a pack of these and dollar frames, and you could even get a sentiment for about 20 bucks. And you've made magic happen. People will be so impressed with you. So impressed with you. So one down. Now I have 5 mats. No judgment. We don't pre-prep anything for my classes, so I'm crafting on the fly. Now, who wouldn't love that? That was as easy as can be. I cut rectangles, didn't even use a trimmer. I did a 3D embellishment with the foam tape that's coming with your embellishments. I added a sentiment at the bottom, and I'm done. You can do this. Everybody can do this. And it does look impressive. It does look like you've spent time. Well, we just did. It does look like you put care and thought and effort into making somebody a handmade gift. Now, I can see that my edges are not straight. I can see that my mats are not perfect. I can see all of it. I'm not lost on the fact that I fussy cut or I freehand. But I promise you, if I were to give this to somebody, they're not going to see any of that. They're going to see the time, the effort, the love, the thought that was put behind making the card. That's what people care about. That's what gives them the, yes, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. But then the next sentence is, you made this for me? Yes. And it doesn't have to cost a lot. It has to be done from your heart. And they feel that when you give them a handmade card or a handmade tag, a gift tag on a bag or a little mini album, or you put this in a picture frame and it sits on their desk. Even if you don't put the glass in, you put it in the frame. It means something to them because you made it. That's what makes crafting so addictive. It's, yes, the joy of making something, but the joy of giving it away, so good. So, one done. Let's tilt on down. Let me do this with sympathy. Really, you'll make people cry. I will tell you though, the minute you give them something handmade, do not ever think you're going to be able to go back. If you make them something, a handmade card, and then next year you get them a store-bought card, they want to know if you're mad at them. Did I do something wrong? Honestly, you can take these, you could make these so simple just like this and put them on your desk at work for, I don't know, $1 or $2, $2, $3, whatever it is, and let your coworkers come support your habit. You know, if you put them out for $3 each and you spent about $10 and you get to make 10, well, that's not a bad little profit now, is it? And it supports your crafting. So, and they love it because then they get to give somebody a handmade card. All right, let's tilt on down and let me continue. People love buying them from coworkers. We've had lots of customers who have done that. In-store customers who come in and say, oh, I put out 8 cards last week and I sold them in an hour. Do you have any more of what you had? I need to make some more. All right, so I've got some pretty colors in here. And this is with sympathy. So I'm thinking, see, there's that blue again. That blue really looks good. I think I might just stick with the blue I had and maybe take that's really pretty. Yeah, I think I might stick here. Trim that down. Ooh, that was a really bad cut. Maybe just a little bit of some ivory cardstock in there. So the question becomes, is it the blue on the gray with the ivory? Oh, it is really nice. Or is it the gray with the blue on the ivory? That's really nice. Or is it the ivory with the blue on the gray? No, I think I like it with the ivory. So I think I'm going to go here. Or maybe not. Okay, that's good. And then we'll do the ivory. I'm going to cut a hunk off my ivory. And let's see if I like what I've done. Now the worst thing that I've done is I've cut paper. If I don't like it, it's only paper. It's okay. I can put these away and use these another time if I'm not happy with it and pull something else out. It is only paper. Is it on this one? Or is it on this one? On this one. I'm going to straighten this cut up. There we go. And then this one. Just a little bit more narrow now. So 1, 2, 3. And then this. And then a sentiment. Okay, let's put them down. And then we're going to move on and pull out the embossing folders. So now we'll have done 2 easy peasy, simple, everyone can do kind of cards to get that confidence up, that level up. And then we're going to take it a little bit further. mat that down. And then let's use our foam tape for this and pop this a little bit. Now we have the foam tape being sold open stock too, just in case all you need is the foam tape. But it is really nice. I think I might put it here. I'm gonna put it down lightly. And then I've got So Sorry for Your Loss. And Ivory. You think this is too narrow? Oh yeah, that's too narrow, but that was awful close. Ivory. So Sorry for Your Loss. And we'll cut this one out. And then the deep blue. Oh, perfect. And I still have all this paper left. So now if I wasn't teaching this, this is about a 10-minute card. If you know what paper you're using. If you don't, it can be a little bit longer. For me, choosing the paper takes the most amount of time. Just want a little bit of blue just around the edge. Not too much. So Sorry for Your Loss. And that's it. That's it. It's done. I don't want to do any more to it. It's a sympathy card. That cut is still a little bit off. Stacey, if you keep cutting, you're not going to have anything left. So sorry for your loss. Nope, I'm just going to leave it just like that. So 2, ready to go, easy peasy. Now let's take it to the next level. Let's step it up a little bit, shall we? And to do that, I'm going to need to use some of my embossing folders. So I have Sizzix embossing folders here, 3D embossing folders. And they emboss beautifully. Yes, they have my name on them. Yes, these are mine. So if you did not know, I am a licensed designer for Sizzix, and anything that has the teal on it will be a Stacey Park item. But they are just yummy. I have the whole collection. All of my embossing folders will be on sale. So I have this guy one. I'm wondering. Oh, I think that'll go good. So this is my French twist embossing folder. And it was made to do a couple different things. But I think this'll go great. So what color paper? Maybe, do we have anything in that red? I don't know that I do in those packs. Paper, paper, paper. Anybody see the paper? Let's see. Ooh. I don't know if that, no, that burgundy is not the right color. But that might not be so bad. Maybe that one. No, I don't think anything in here is going to be good. But let's see what we've got in here. Ooh, a deep navy maybe? That might not be so bad. Well, let's try the deep navy and the brown and see what we think. The deep green is also not bad. I think it might be the navy. All right, let's roll it through. So, Sizzix embossing folders, 3D, really thick, really thick. And you may wonder why they're the color that they are. Well, that's a really interesting story. You see, embossing folders are done in an injection mold. So there's a mold made of the design, and then the plastic is injected in, and then when they're done, they pop the embossing folder out, and then they clean up the sides, any extra plastic that might be on the sides. Well, Sizzix, instead of throwing that extra plastic away, they save it and they reuse it and they melt it down to make the next embossing folder. But when you do that, by taking the extra shards of plastic that are coming off after they're done with the embossing folder, just making it nice and even, when you melt those again, they don't melt at the same translucency. So they've gone ahead and they've tinted the embossing folders, the plastic, so that it melts when you see it, it looks consistent. I think that's pretty smart to save to go ahead and use all the shavings that come off of it. It is eco-friendly, and I think that's pretty clever of them. I did not know that. I learned that from them, and I'm like, well, why don't you tell people you do this? Because, you know, that's helping the planet. It's being eco-friendly, and I think that that's a great idea. So now you know why the color is the way the color is on their embossing folders, as opposed to just being that semi-translucent, see-through kind of color. Frankly, I always thought it had to do with Tim Holtz, but apparently it doesn't. Girl learns something new every day. So I'm going to take one of mine and I'm going to put it in. And you'll always know the top of your embossing folder when you see the name. This one, there's Sizzix on there, and you can see the pattern of the embossing folder. Now, I might do this one twice just so you can see what it was intended to do and what we actually are going to do with it today. So, 3D embossing folder, right here on your platform that comes with your machine. It shows you exactly how to do a 3D embossing folder. It requires the main platform, The embossing folder goes right on the platform, and then a clear plate or a whatever cutting plate that you're using over the top. Now, I always send it through with the chomp, chomp, chomp side going first. I just do. It goes through easier for me. I've never had a problem with it. There's not a difference between sending it one way or the other. I just find that it feeds into my machine easier with the chomp, chomp, chomp going in first. Give it a roll. Bring it back. And I've got my embossing. Now, can you see that it cut just a little bit through? That's because this embossing folder is brand spanking new. And these ridges are a little, they're not sharp like they're gonna hurt you, but they haven't been rounded off. The best way to be able to do that whenever you get a new embossing folder is grab a couple sheets of paper. Put them in. It may have to be copy paper, but put them in. We'll see if this will go through. This might be too thick. And send it on through. And bring it on back. And send it on through. And bring it on back. So what I'm trying to do is kind of round off the edges so they're not as sharp. Whenever you have something that is plastic molded and it's brand new, those edges are a little bit sharper than what you want them to be. Not that they're gonna cut you. Now we can try this and see. You also can, although these are beautiful, these are gorgeous, these are done. I don't know, we'll save those. You also can mist your paper to see if that will help. And a little bit of mist, a little bit of water just sprayed right on it, front, back, put it down. So let's see if I do any better this time. Bring it over. And send it through. Better than it was. Definitely better than it was. Maybe a little bit more misting and maybe another roll or two, and I won't have that at all. So you can see the difference between the first one and the second one. So let's roll one more through and see how we do. A little bit of mist. Put it in and let's see what we get. If you're having a problem with embossing folders and they're brand new and that's what's happening to you, this is the reason why. That molded plastic hasn't been worn down yet. Just needs a little bit, it's like a copper skillet. Always better after you've used it several times. It's like you're seasoning your embossing folders. Are we better? Oh yeah, and I mean, we're really better. So each time I do it, it's getting better. Here's number 1. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. I might still use those. Okay, so this folder was meant for you to cut. So the way this folder works is that you were meant, if you wanted to take and cut this top part out, because it's just a straight cut. And then you could put it onto another piece of paper where then you could slide an invitation, a picture, your Christmas card. You could even cut the bottom part out. Again, a really simple cut. And then you tape it there, and it looks like the twist of a package. It looks like the twist of a ribbon. Tape it down into place, and then you can put your do I want it on this one? I'm going to use this. I did it. I might as well use it. I can tape him on there. Just need to trim him down just a little bit. So I'm going to tape this one right on there. And I want to leave it open so I can slide something in it. So I'm going to put a little bit of my tape here, right on the edges. And a little bit of tape over here. Peel it off, expose my sticky, and then line it up to the backer. And now I've made a little pocket. But I don't like that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a little bit of foam right here. Making sure that I don't put so much foam that I'm going to make it impossible for me to slide something in. A little bit of foam. And my embellishment. Now I can decide what I want to put in there. Maybe I have a gift card. Trim this down just on the back side, just so you don't see the blue. Okay, get that off. And then I'm going to do a piece for the inside. So cut myself off a little bit of a hunk. And now we'll trim it down. It's still a little bit more narrow. So now I've got my card. That fits in. Had no idea this is what we were gonna make, but okay. So now you see how that embossing folder works. But I have this one, so maybe we grab another. Let's see, what do I have left that I've made? He's not gonna go on there. Oh, but that'll look good. Okay, we're not done. I gotta finish one at a time. You would do a better job of taping down. I'm just trying to get it down so you can see. I've got a great little guide card here. I can put the gift card, attach the gift card right to my little insert. So yes, it was really, this was part of my Christmas collection last year because I thought how fun it would be to put your Christmas picture in there, your family picture. Or if you have a wedding invitation or a bridal shower invitation, what a great way. And it's just a very simple little cut. And then let's see. I don't know. No. Oh, never stop dreaming. You make me happy, and the love only grows. I hope you feel better soon. Thinking of you. How about just thinking of you? Okay. Thinking of you. With a little gift in the side? Absolutely. And I can even pop that thinking of you. Bam. Great guide card. Bam, done. Now, we've got this one here because this kind of looks good on there, right? That kind of works. And I could sand if I wanted to. Let's see if we like it. I could sand. So my sandpaper here. So I've got sanding blocks from Sizzix. You get 2 per package. They're sold like this. And they're meant for their reveals paper, but they work great on any kind of paper that has a core. And the paper we're using today has a white core. So what if I just kind of gave it a little bit of sand to kind of distress it up a little bit? And then you can really see that French twist. Now you can really see the design pop. And I like that on it right there. But let's figure out what other paper we're going to use with it. Boy, I'm going through ivory paper like crazy today. Maybe a little bit of ivory. And then oh, that's pretty. That one or the yellow? Or is it not going to matter? No, I don't think the yellow. Oh, I think the purple. Okay, there it is. I think I should have said, whoop, there it is. Oh. That one's also pretty. And that looks great with the purple too. All right, changed my mind. Let's put these down and then we can move on because now we've done some with just embossing folders. So a nice little mat there. Let's trim it out. And this time I'm not cutting anything out of my French twist. I'm not cutting out my top or my bottom half. like I did with our guy card. Okay. Just trying to keep myself somewhat organized as my whole staff laughs at me. Oh, okay, I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna be okay with it. So we have made 4 cards already. And all we've used is paper and our Hardy Crafts. You can use embossing folders if you have them, but you don't have to. Okay, that looks good. And then that right on there. Right on there. Look at how perfect that is. Let's take our foam. And since I didn't make a pocket, I can use lots of foam if I want. I didn't try to make a pocket, so I'm not trying to keep anything open. And then we're going to move to the diffusers. And put that right there. Although that would have been beautiful also, completely opened. And then let's add a sentiment. And we've got what a beautiful life. Choose to shine. Make today count. Do what you love. Look on the bright side. Let life surprise you. That was good too. And I'm going to put it on my ivory paper. So the paper that I'm using, the ivory and the black and the white, is the Stacey Park paper. It's 110 pounds. But that doesn't show up so much on that. It's 110 pounds, and I don't know that I'm going to like it on the purple, but we'll try. Super heavy. I only do it in black, white, and ivory. There's 25 sheets, and it's $9.99. It's value priced at $9.99. So the white is very, very white and the black is very, very black. And at 110 pounds, you can do just about anything you want with it. The paper we had prior, I had 100 pound and 80 pound. All right, well, I'm not upset with that either. Do I want to double mat it? It would be one thing if I had everything planned out, but what fun would that be, right? I don't know many of us who sit down with an exact plan of what we're going to do before we start. We may have an idea of what we want to accomplish or who we're making it for, or that they like blues and purples or greens and oranges, but I don't know anybody really who sits down and says, okay, this is exactly what I'm doing. That's where the creativity comes in. That's where the fun comes in, is sitting down and just letting it be and letting it happen. And sometimes we love it better than we think we would. And other times we have to step away from it and come back in a day and go, oh yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Let life surprise you. Oh, I'm good. I am so okay with this. I am happy with this. Life did surprise me right then, right there. It's about not being afraid of your colors. Done. Okay. So whether you want the pocket, French Twist is the embossing folder, and it's a really cool embossing folder. There's nothing else like it on the market. When I brought it out, people were just like, what is that? I've never seen anything like it. And that made my heart happy. So we did those, but then we did these, just simple, easy, done. Now we move on to diffusers. So diffusers, let me grab the package of them. This is the diffuser starter kit. It is a product by Sizzix. Yes, it has my name on it because, ooh, I helped develop it. That was not good. And you use it with embossing folders. Now, it was developed to be used only with 3D embossing folders, and only 3D embossing folders by Sizzix. Yes, Tim Holtz had diffusers years ago. He did. It was nothing like this. This is an entire system. His diffusers are amazing for 2D embossing folders. You cannot use this system with a 2D embossing folder, and you can't use his diffusers with a 3D embossing folder. So if you're using his diffusers, it must be with a 2D embossing folder. And if you're using my diffusers, which is more of a system, his were these little plates that fit right on top, and I have a whole video on them, and they go through, and on 2D they're amazing, but on 3D it won't work. And if you put a 2D embossing folder in my system, it won't work. But they were developed, this was developed specifically for Sizzix embossing folders, which means you can't use anybody else's embossing folders. Or can you? I don't know. Now, we have this for $32.99, and this is the starter kit, and it gives you the plates that you need and one diffuser, the rectangle. But because it's the holidays, 4th of July, wahoo kachoo, we're doing the main starter kit plus the diamond diffuser for the same $32.99. So you're gonna get 2 diffusers in the bundle. I have a circle diffuser and an oval diffuser, and they are sold separately. oval, circle. And I want to say they're like $14.99. And these are a tool. Once you get them, you don't ever have to replace them. You use them again and again and again. It's a tool. It's just like a stamp or an embossing folder. Once you buy it, you have it forever and you can use it again and again and again. So what does a diffuser do? Well, it takes an embossing folder. It takes something that's embossed and then diffuses and leaves a void space wherever the diffuser is. Now there is a way that they're meant to be used, and then there's a way to do, well, I don't have all my, not all of my embossing folders are Sizzix. So what do I do if I don't want to use a Sizzix embossing folder? Let's start with how it's meant to be used. And that's easy peasy. You take an embossing folder, and this is a Sizzix. This is my Golden Rings embossing folder. And let's grab a piece of paper. Well, I have this one's pretty. I put it in my in my embossing folder. And then I put my embossing folder into my diffuser plate. So it comes with the diffuser plate right here. This is your top plate. It comes with a bottom plate that you really never take out of the diffuser. And there's these little ribs, these little bumpies. These little bumpies on both sides. You always want to be able to feel those bumpies with your hands. So when I slide it in, I can feel those little bumpies on my hands. Then I put my embossing folder in. It fits perfectly because it was made for a Sizzix embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. And then I decide what shape I want. And this would be the rectangle. And I'm going to slide that in on top. Now, what makes the diffuser very cool, and what took it a really long time to be developed, is that you get to choose where you put your position of the diffuser. I can have it here. I can move it down. I can move it all the way. Too far. So 1, 2, 3. There's the 3 positions. 1, 2, 3. So that would be in the middle. That could either be on the bottom, or it could be on the top, or all the way up can be at the bottom or at the top. It's up to you. You get to decide what element of that embossing folder you want diffused. And you're like, I still don't understand what you mean by diffused. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to send this on through my Big Shot machine. And the only thing I need to send it through is to sandwich it with 2 plates. I don't need my base platform anymore because my diffuser now is my base platform. It is the base platform. So I just bring my machine on over and send it on through. Easy peasy. Look at that. Rolls like butter. Now, where the plate was over the top of it, it added pressure. It added pressure here. It added pressure here when it went through the machine. But because this is open, there was nothing there to push down, the roller to push down to make that embossing. This is now a diffused area. So if I open it, I've got this little tiny diffused area right there. And you're going, well, that's not much of anything now, is it? Well, anything worth doing once is worth doing twice. So this is a two-step process. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna mist my paper. Little mist on the front, little mist on the back. I'm gonna put my paper down, slide my diffuser back in. Only this time I don't have the embossing folder, and just kind of center where I want that diffused area to be. Take my little diffuser block, put it right on in, sandwich it between my two plates, and bam, we're done. Bing, bang, boom. You always want to put your little handholds, your fingers there. And I now have a perfectly flat rectangle that I can then stamp in. I can do whatever makes my heart happy in there. See, I should have had it down. If I had done it down there, I could have had the sentiment right there. That's what I should have done. So let's do that again super fast. So I'm just gonna go bing, bang, boom. Get this done. So you can see actually how fast it really goes. So this time I'm gonna wanna have my diffused area down towards the bottom or towards the top as opposed to it being centered. Roll it through. Rolls through super easy. Make sure I go all the way to the end. There we go. Super easy. Pop it out. Give a little bit of a spritz. Both sides. You need to spritz both sides. Back in. Diffuser over the top. Put my little actual diffuser piece in. Let's straighten that out just a little bit. And send it through. That's how fast it really is to do this. So 1, 2. Done. Now I can decide what to do with it. Straighten up my lines just a little bit. I can give a little bit of a sanding. Just so my embossing comes up a little bit more so you can see it. You can see that diffused area. I can set this up here. Let's see what we want to mat this on. Oh, I like that. What do you think of that? I think that's good. All right, so I'm going to mat this on there. And I've added a little bit of a diffused area. So I can stamp a sentiment if I want, as opposed to trying to stamp on the embossing. It just it frames it out. Now I may mat inside of there as well, but it just adds that little extra special detail that you didn't have before. Diffusers are very cool. And they're a product that once you have them forever. But the Stacey Park diffusers are meant for 3D embossing folders, and the Tim Holtz diffusers are meant for 2D, and his are retired, so I don't even know if you can get them. So I'm going to put that there. Yay. Let's pop that up. Pop that up here. And then let's find a sentiment that we like. Bloom with Grace. Live life in full bloom. And then this one I'll do on white. Live life in full bloom. And we've used a diffuser. And that centers right in that little frame area perfectly. And I could pop that. And let's put that down, and then this card is done. And then let's do another diffuser. Let's pick another shape. Because this is the one, the rectangle that comes with the starter. And then we're giving you the diamond shape for free. Those Hardy Crafts just make things easy. Look at how cute is this. All right, so now we're on to our next card, and let's pick a different shape of a diffuser. And I'm gonna have to make another few, I'm gonna have to make a couple more of these. Let's just the pink. It's a good thing these are fast and easy to make. Okay, so let's make these super fast. One, two, he's got little glitters on him. He's so cute. Just lay it right over the top. Right over the top. And then your next one. And just lay it right over the top. And then let's do this one. And you can see how far the foam tape goes. How many of these have I made? Right over the top. My guess is you can get at least all 10 of them made without any problem with the foam tape. And probably still have a little extra to spare. Okay, so my leaf is there. So right over the top. gosh, is that pretty. This one's got, I mean, the glitter on it is just lovely. It's subtle, but it's beautiful. Look at how pretty is that, and dimensional. Look at the little kitty cat. Isn't he darling? Okay, one more, and then we'll make our next, we'll do our next with our diffuser. Ooh, Stacey, okay. That way. Okay. Whew. Right over the top. Right over the top. Okay, I made 3 more. Now I got a few more to play with. Let's pick our next diffuser and decide what we want it to be. I think I'll go with the round. And I think I will take, I haven't used this one yet. We'll use this embossing folder. Now I'm going to do one regular, and then I'm going to do one that is a hack. I hate using that word. That is a way to use other people's embossing folders with the diffuser. So I want to show you both. Let's see, let's take some paper. Pretty. And let's see what we have in this one. And then my little kitty cat. Did I pull the really light pink? No. So I got a bunch of shades of pink, but my kitty cat needs more of a peachy color, I think. All right, I got oodles of paper now. And let's just roll some of them through. I'll do one the way it's supposed to be done, or a couple of one of the way it's supposed to be done, and then a few of them the way that you can use other people's embossing folders with it. So I'm going to take my embossing folder. You can see the Sizzix name is on the front. Also another, see, I don't know if I can get it to zoom in. Also another really easy way to know the Sizzix folders, the top versus the bottom. The back side is always a little bit narrower. So that's the back side. If you're looking at the side that's narrower, that's the back side. You want to flip it around. And the paper you want to see on your finished project should be the paper facing you. So let's put it in. Let's take our diffuser and we're going to use it exactly the way it's supposed to be used. So I don't need my rectangle anymore, but I'm always going to leave this bottom plate in that comes with it. And I just keep it centered. I put my embossing folder in. I put the diffuser that I want in, so I'm using the circle diffuser. Close it up. Make sure that I can feel those nibs. I want to feel those little bumpy bumpies. and decide where I want my diffused area to be. So I can have it here, I can have it here. I guess I'll keep it right in the center. Bring over my Big Shot machine, sandwich it between two plates, and send it on through. You might hear, well, this one you won't hear a ka-thump thump because we don't have the diffuser in yet. Rolls through easy peasy. And then where I have this open space, it doesn't have anything to push down. The plate doesn't have anything to push against to make that embossing happen. It'll leave a little bit of an embossing, but that's where our diffuser is going to go. So I'm going to open this up. Oh, I got purple on here. I don't know how I must have inked something with purple. So you can see where that diffused area is, but I want it to be more defined. So I'm going to take, I don't need my embossing folder. I'm going to give a little bit of a mist on both sides. Love to know how I got purple in there. Oh well, it just adds a little something to the texture. Put my diffuser right back in. Kind of line my paper up, doesn't have to be exact. And grab my diffuser shape, slide it in, and then sandwich it again and send it on through. This time you might hear a little ka-thump. Just like on the rectangle, front and back. Bam. Slide this one back in. There we go. Take out my top one. And now I have totally diffused my area, but look at, I've got purple in there. I'm gonna let it be. I'll leave it alone. That actually looks pretty with the purple in there. It was meant to be for my kitty cat. But it works well with that one, with that purple. See, I must have, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, Stacey, this is what happens when you don't clean after you're done crafting. Ink's always gonna come off of your embossing folder. Who knows how long that ink has been on there. Oh, well, happy accidents. I like it with the, actually like it in that peach with the purple added onto it. I'm gonna let it be. And now I've got that perfect little diffused area right there for my pretty hardy craft. And it's gonna fit there nice and flat. And let's see. I think it's gonna have to be the purple. All right, let's put it down. Easy to do that diffused area. Easy. Lets you put it right in there, fit it right in there, and set it right on down. Trim this down just a little bit more. What I thought was going to be a hot mess with that purple actually looks pretty good. But now you know my videos are not scripted. Not scripted, not edited. We just go with it. Kind of gives it that shabby look. Paper is double-sided, so you pick the side that works best for what you're working on. Plop my flower right there. I could take it to the side if I wanted to see that diffused area. I can see my diffused area just right around my flower. And let's pop it. And then let me show you how to do if you have an embossing folder by somebody else. Because it won't be exactly the same, but it does give you the opportunity to use another embossing folder. Tape. And done. So now we've done 5 cards. All right, let me grab 2 pieces of paper and let me show you the difference between using a Sizzix embossing folder and a non-Sizzix embossing folder. Well, I'm still going to use a Sizzix one, but I'll just do it differently. All right. Happy accident. So let's grab 2 pieces of paper, and I'm going to have them be the same. That way it's apples to apples. So I've got 2 of the same color. Maybe I can get away with using 1. So we're going to do it exactly the way we're supposed to. Put our paper into our embossing folder. Our embossing folder is face up. Bring over our diffuser. Put our embossing folder in our diffuser. The bottom plate has the little ridges, the little nubbies, you can feel them. I'm going to stick with my circle. Slide this right over the top and decide where I want my diffuser to be, where I want my diffused area to be. Maybe I want it more up top. Okay, we'll do that one. More up top. Bring over my plates, send it on through. So, showing you how it's intended to be used. Roll it through, easy peasy roll. Where that open circle is, there's nothing for the roller to press down against to make that embossing. Let's see if we get purple. Take off my top, open it up, and you can see clearly where the diffused area is going to be. I don't need my embossing folder. I give my paper a nice spritz on both sides, just with some water. Put it right back in. My top plate right over it. Bing, bang, boom. And move my paper and line it up. Now, it doesn't have to be exact. I just need the area where it's kind of diffused already, kind of in the center. Then I take my circle, put it in, my plates, and I send it through. A little bit of a noise, that's okay. A little bit of a noise, that's okay. Take out my diffuser shape, open up, and now you can see the diffused area perfectly for my lovely flower. Or I can use the opposite side for my flower. It's up to me. So there's one. That's how it's intended to be used. But if you have somebody else's embossing folders and you want to be able to add the diffuser element to it, can you? Yes. It's just not exactly the same. So I've got my embossing folder. I'm going to put my paper in it and I'm going to send it through. Now I'm not using the base platform. I'm not opening this up and putting it in. I'm just using a 3D embossing folder. Bring over my platform. I always do chomp, chomp, chomp in first. Even when I put it in the diffuser, I put it in this way. And my top plate, and let's send it through. Roll, roll, roll. Roll, roll, roll. Now this is going to give me a beautiful 3D embossing. Yum. Look at how beautiful is that. But I want to add that diffused area into it. But it's not a Sizzix embossing folder. Does that mean I can't use it? No, you can. You just have to, as they say, manage your expectations. So let me show you. I'm still going to need to mist this, both sides. Good mist. I'm gonna open up my diffuser like I've been doing. I'm gonna set this in there, and I'm gonna decide where I want that diffused area to be. So if I want it to be sort of at the top, now I go ahead and I put my diffuser shape in there. I put my plates on both sides. And I send it through. A little bit of a bump. 1, 2, and maybe this time I go back and forth one more time, because remember, I didn't do the pre-diffusing. I went ahead and embossed the whole thing. Take out my plate. And now, you'll be able to see, if you get really up close, they call that bruising. You can see a little bit of the design, but mind you, you're really up close. When you're back, it looks very similar to what we have here. But I used a different, or somebody else's 3D embossing folder. I just did the whole embossing first, and then spritzed it 3 times with water on each side, and then did the diffusing. No, he needs to be in the middle. And then I can use it. So let's do it one more time. And I'm going to use my embossing folder. So this can be anybody's embossing folder. I'm going to send it through my Big Shot machine, just like I normally would. Just a normal day, crafting away. Chomp, chomp, chomp side in first. Oh, it's only 1 plate, not 2. Send it on through. Roll, roll, roll. Back, back, back. And now I've got my beautiful 3D embossing. Now, if I want to sand this, I can sand this right now. And then I'm going to bring over my diffuser. And I'm going to mist. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Some paper might only need 2 sprays. Put my paper in. So whose 3D embossing folders do you own? Do you own Spellbinders, or do you own Memory Box, or whose 3D embossing folders do you have? Creative Expressions. Now I send this way, and I use my bottom plate, bring over my machine. And 2, and because I didn't do the diffusing of it, sending it through with the diffuser open with nothing, with the little circle not in it, I embossed the whole thing. I just ran it through a couple extra times. Take out my little shape. And now it's completely flat. I mean, it is as flat as a pancake. Everything else has got that beautiful but then you get here, no sound. Here, bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Here, nothing. And you've got a beautiful area. Beautiful area to add. I could stamp inside here. If I hadn't sanded, I could stamp inside here. It's up to me. I actually have stamps that fit inside there. They're called creative coordinations. But this is easy peasy. And the diffusers, they have use. Even if you don't have a Sizzix embossing folder, or that's not the embossing folder you're choosing to use for your project, you still can use your diffuser. You just have to run it through, spritz it maybe a little bit more, and run it back and forth. And you might have a little bruising left. But I don't think it's anything that's noticeable. And it just fits in there so perfectly. Oh, wait, maybe I should do it. Oh. Well, maybe I should do it not sanded so that you can see it better. Boy, did I make a mess of that one. All right, well, just paper. So let's send it on through and just emboss it just the way it is. Bring over my diffuser. give a couple sprays. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put it in. Close it up. I'm not going to sand it so you can see that diffused area a little bit better. In the center. Sandwich and send through. There you go. Now you'll be able to see that diffused area much better. Completely flat with the embossing all the way around it. So as long as you can fit the paper inside here, you can use any embossed image. And my Hardy Crafts has been an excellent supporting cast member to this video because they're just so pretty. And they make you look so good. Oh, Stacey. Nope, I'm not even gonna try. I stuck them together. How about we not do that this time? And put that in that beautiful debossed. Look at that. Completely diffused. So you see that frame around it. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, so we started way back when we kept it super simple, where everybody could make what I did, where it was just cutting paper. Then we moved on to the embossing folders and just playing with the embossing folders. And then we added the diffuser element to those embossing folders. But most importantly, we learned that you can use your diffusers with other embossing folders as long as you do the embossing first and then come back to add the diffused element to it. we're just gonna make it work. All right. I gotta finish. A yippee on that too. I can tell this cut is just really bad, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Come on, get down. You would do a much better job of taping. I'm just trying to get it down. All right, look at how pretty is this? Oh, and I didn't do the kitty. Oh well, I'll do them later. So we started way back when. Way back when. Nope, not there. We started here. When all we did was mat and put it down. All we did was mat and put it down. Then we played with some embossing folders, making our little pocket or not. Then we started to play with the diffuser, leaving us a beautifully diffused area to either stamp in, because you can't stamp over the bumpies, stamp right in it, or add it as an element that it's striking when you look at it because everything else is embossed but that one area. Here we had a happy accident where I had left purple. And here I did the diffusing without doing step 1. I just did step 2 so I could use any 3D embossed paper that I wanted as long as it fits inside the diffuser. So we did all of this, you and I. We were very busy today. Busy, busy, busy. And hopefully you see just how fabulous those hardy crafts are. They're just beautiful. And 10 per pack. And we have 10 different packs. So 10 different packs. All are going to come with the foam tape and all are on sale. So the kittens and just the flowers, and see, they're not small. They're beautifully sized and they all have a glitter accent to them. Not like glitter, but glitter. Really nice. And we have a couple, I think we have 2 flowers with butterflies. And the cute little garden gnomes. And the with sympathy, or the candles. The second set of flowers with butterflies. I think that's the one I did. Love this. This might be my favorite. I love the flowers and the little in the little flower pots or teapots. And again, the size is so nice. I think we did that one. I grabbed the first ones on each. We did the guy with his car and his jacket. And look at how beautiful are these. The violets are stunning. And I did the boat out of this one. And they're all gonna come with your foam tape. So that way you have foam tape to get them started and going. We'll keep the Pronte and Dutch Doobie Doo, I guess, on sale. We've been using them so much, but they're just perfect. The 3 colors of cardstock that I used today, all done internationally. They're double-sided. There's 32 sheets each. They're on sale. There's no, I want it all for all 3 of them. You just pick the one you like, but you can't go wrong with any of them. And they roll through with the diffuser beautifully when you're just using the paper and you're not doing both steps. I have my Stacey Park embossing folders on sale. So here's the French twist. This is the one we used today. And what else? We used gold. We used the golden rings, and we used textures from afar. We used those 2 today, but you're gonna see samples done with all of my embossing folders. And they're all 3D. And they all give an amazing embossed element. And then we have the diffusers themselves. And like I said earlier, if you don't have, you have to have the starter. You must have the starter set. I did it to this one too. You must have the starter set to make it work. You've got, this gives you the base plus the rectangle diffuser. So it's $32.99, but we're including the diamond diffuser shape. So that way you start with 2 diffuser shapes, and then the circle and the oval are also available. Now, if you already have the starter kit, we have the circle and the oval and the diamond available open stock if you already have the starter kit. But if you don't, now's a great time to get it because of that price point. And you get that one for free. So we did a ton today, and I have got so many samples to show you. I probably have too many, but is there such a thing? I don't know. You'll tell me, but I'm gonna just start. So I showed you this one in the beginning, and this one was by Honorary SMS Girl Mary. And then I showed you this one by Gail, and all of them have the Hardy Craft, all of them. See, I did this one. Look at mine, looks so different. Same, but different. Same image, but different. This one was done by Honorary SMS Girl Patty. I think this was done by Honorary SMS Girl Patty too. And look at, you can see that embossing folder with all the bright coming out of it and right in the middle. This one's done by Katie, and you've got my French twist only orientated in the vertical. I love this. Isn't that beautiful? I love this set. All 3-dimensioned out. And here's another from that set. I love this set. Another one of my 3D embossing folders. I don't know who did this one. I don't know. Maybe Patty, maybe Claire. I don't know, but it's gorgeous. I love it. Could be Katie. I don't know. Here's our message in the bottle, or our ship in the bottle. Again, using my French twist embossing folder with our message in the bottle, or our ship in the bottle. And here, look at this one. We did it in white. And when I say we, this is Claire. And then she went in with watercolor. and just watercolored a little bit of it. Is that gorgeous? I know. Stunning, right? Oh, and look at the little gnome. Look at how cute is she. Our garden gnome. Not sure who did this one, but I love it. And here, there's that embossing folder, my embossing folder again, with all the bright going all the way around it. It's like that embossing folder was made for these hardy crafts. And look at how gorgeous are those colors. This one's Gail. Love it, Gail. Love the colors. See, you did the purple and the green too. And here on the horizontal, you've got my embossing folder. You've got your hardy craft. You've got your sentiments in the diffused area. So can you see the diffused area right there with your sentiments in it? And this is Catherine. And here we've got Claire with sympathy. See, and there you go. There's that beautiful, I think that's Shine Bright. With sympathy. And another one of my embossing folders, and that folder actually has a stencil to go with it, a separate stencil. But I did this one. Okay, so where's mine? So the same but different. Same image, but different. And here's a great guy one. Mary, this is great. What a great guy card. Okay, we're almost there. You're like, really? Yes. Then I have Claire. Again, a great guy card. And I have Patty. So pretty. Love that she inked it a little bit. And oh, she used the same one I was going to use. Well, now I don't feel bad that I didn't do it. And look at the lighthouse. This is Catherine. Look at the lighthouse with my Shine Bright embossing folder. And all the embossing folders are on sale. And then this is Katie. And she's got that diffused area, and she framed the diffused area. So this is actually the oval that she turned on the vertical, as opposed to having the oval horizontal. She did it on the vertical. And here we have Claire again, playing with inks and a little watercolor. Look, isn't that stunning? That's just striking. Oh, and I bet this is Patty. Yes. Oh no, this is Claire. Claire got into the kitty cats too. Look at how darling is this. And then Catherine made a pocket out of my trade winds of my, oh my gosh, my brain, I just had a meltdown. Okay, what did I name that folder, Stacey? Textures from Afar. Thank you. Pretty, right? Love it. With the lighthouse inside the bottle. And then here, just simple. Remember the now. Just simple. Easy. Just matting. Done. And this one's Patty. Look at those colors. And I like that Patty put them a little askew from each other. That was clever, Patty. I like that. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, and look at this. Katie. Oh, Katie. Oh my gosh, is that beautiful? And Patty again. See, simple, easy, done, stunning. All done with the paper that I used today. The girls only used the paper that I was using. This is Claire. Own your dreams, use your wings, remember to play. There's Claire. I bet the next one is, oh, Mary. Wow, girl. You got in there with that color and with that shine, and look at that. Mary, that's so beautiful. You've got the sun just bursting out behind. It's gorgeous. Oh, and Patty, this is beautiful too. I love the colors that you chose. All done with one of my embossing folders and the Hardy Crafts on top. Oh, and look at him. This is Catherine. Oh, and Catherine's got an inside. Oh, Catherine has it as an easel card. Okay, get in there. There we go. Okay, Catherine, I see what you did there. Look at that as an easel card. And then last but not least, Gail. Again, using my French twist. And then Gail put together the most beautiful layout. So pretty. It is a gorgeous layout. All the Hardy Crafts. Look at that. As your embellishments on your layouts. Lovely. All right, you guys, I think that's it. We certainly did play the day away, and hopefully I showed you product that you might not have seen before, the Hardy Crafts you might not have ever heard of. If you're crafting on a budget and you want to be able to make 10 cards easy peasy, Hardy Crafts is the way to go. And with the free foam tape, that's just an added value, bam. So I've got, now Hardy Crafts probably has over 200 different styles. I'm doing 10. We'll be back later this year with Christmas. I'm sure they'll have something beautiful for Christmas. Oh, they also do beautiful fall. So maybe we'll be back with fall with Hardy Crafts, with pumpkins and with hedgehogs and with sunflowers. We'll have to wait and see what they come out with, but really glad to have them back. And then embossing folders, another way of using your Sizzix dimensional diffuser. Yes, you can use it. You can use the paper from other 3D embossing folders to put a diffused element in it. And it's just very simple to do. It may not give you exactly the perfect crisp image as if you did a double, like used both steps like we were doing with the Sizzix embossing folders. But I honestly think that once you mist it and send it through, I'm not sure you're going to notice that much. I think it's a really good opportunity for you to play with your dimensional diffusers using other 3D embossing folders, just the paper. You can't use the folder, you just use the paper like I showed you. So, it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Where are you going to get all this great product? Well, you might be able to find Hardy Crafts in a few different places. These are the more recent designs, so I don't know who has them. I know they're not widely available here in the United States, but we have them for you, and we have them at a super great deal. Your Sizzix product, you can find that globally. You have lots of retailers that carry Sizzix. So if you're looking for the dimensional diffuser or some embossing folders, by all means, if you have a local independent store, stop by. Tell them that Stacey at Scrapbooking Made Simple said, hey, one independent to another, hello. And even if they don't carry it, maybe they'll order it for you. And if that's not the case, then shop online wherever it makes your heart most happy. Now, I will be back on Monday for our Make It Monday. Monday is the last day of the June 2025 warehouse sale. It is at noon. All the product disappears. You won't be able to order it anymore. And Monday, I'll be back at 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, when I bring back our regularly scheduled Make It Monday. One bundle valued between $80 and $100 for just $19.99. So, thanks for being here today. Thanks for hanging with me. I've had a great time. I've played my day away, and I will see you later. Have a good one. And again, really appreciate all of you. And if you were part of the live chat, love you for that. All right, you guys. Bye.